So this is our last step. So in enhanced entity relationship model, the enhanced version could be using specialization or using the union or category. So this step is going to show us how to map a union or category into relational mapping. So if we have a category where the defining superclass has different key, all right, in that case we can come up with a new key attribute known as surrogate key. All right, so for example, in our next slide we have a owner. Now owner corresponds to, owner can be person, bank, or company. Okay, now owner can be person, bank, or company. So we can see that in person has a key attribute SSN, bank has a key attribute bank name, and company has a key attribute CNAME. So there are no common attribute which is a key attribute. So in that case, actually we can come up with a relation for the owner, and we can come up with a surrogate key, completely special key attribute. Okay, so owner ID will be the new key attribute. Now each of the person, now the whether the owner is person, bank, or company, they are going to have owner ID as a foreign key. Okay, by looking at the owner ID, we are going to identify whether this owner is either a person, bank, or a company. Now we have another category, union or category with registered vehicle. So the registered vehicle can be car or truck. But in this category, we have actually for car and truck both has some common attribute, and the primary key is actually a common attribute. Now in that case, actually I can have a table for registered vehicle, and in that case I don't need a new surrogate key. I can use the common attribute vehicle key as a key attribute for the registered vehicle. Okay, now for car and truck, they will have the vehicle and they will be the foreign key which will reference the vehicle key of the registered vehicle. Okay, so here I have two union category. I have actually two union, but for the first union I had to come up with a new surrogate key because here the superclasses doesn't have any common key attribute. But here in this union I have actually common key attribute in the superclasses. That's why I can use the same key attribute as the key attribute in the union relation. Okay, so these are all the steps we can use to map a ER diagram or a EER diagram to a relational schema. Now if you use the example of company ER diagram or ER diagram, we had actually ER diagram for company schema. Now follow the step 1 to 7. Okay, all right, follow the step 1 to 7 and you will find the exact relational schema from this figure. Okay, and this relational schema actually we are using so far, we are using couple of times from our chapter 3 to chapter 5. Okay, we saw that to understand the relational model and to understand the basic SQL and advanced SQL. But from the conceptual schema ER diagram, from company ER diagram, just follow all the steps from step 1 to 7 and you will be able to find out this exact relational schema. Okay, and then you will have actually a detailed practice how you can map a given conceptual schema or ER diagram, how you can map a ER diagram to a relational mapping. Okay.